take a look and see what the boys got done on day one. That's the cold water pressure system right there. A bladder tank and a little booster pump. That's it. That is going to replace all of that. That will serve the same function as all of that. And that is connected to this compressor down here. The compressor, it's kind of dark, I don't know how well you see that, but the compressor through this airline, this horizontal airline here, came down. That's what pumped air into this tank. But this little tiny little bladder tank supposedly is enough to handle the building. Oh no, you get your booster pump. Of course. I'll be right back. You know, I just realized what time it was, and this boiler's kicked on to create steam heat for the building, so it's going to be on a good 20 minutes or so I might as well start talking so I can get out of here. So yep, that's where that sits. Here are the two hot water stainless steel storage tanks. They're about 113 or 115 gallons each. And then these are the two boilers for the domestic water. They're just sitting here right now. Of course, Mighty Therm. Their intention is to leave the bladder tank and booster pump right there. Mount that to the ground. They're going to come in tomorrow, Tuesday, day 2. Their demolition guys are going to demo the tank and the 3 concrete stands that they go on. They're going to rack these guys on top of each other into that corner. Double stack, and then they're going to put these 213 gallon tanks along the wall there and there. So you still have room in the event one of these boilers fail, you can still pull it out. It'll still be pretty modular. But everything's going to fit along that wall and easy breezy, and then the cold water tank is there. So that's that. Day 1. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. Stay tuned for more. So here we conclude day 3. The boiler's running and the air scrubber is running. The tank demolition fellas and ladies came today. They spent a good half a day, probably 4 hours, just setting up, taping off the windows, setting up their work area, closing everything off, getting this portable air scrubber, because they have to, they can't just ventilate the welding gases to the outside. This city requires that it go through several stage micro filter, which is inside that silver box there. This water pump system went online last night. The pressure system went online last night. It's about 60 pounds right now. Yeah, it's at 60. We're going to see how that runs. It's supposed to run between 60 and 70. Oh, there it goes. Look, it's running. Yeah. Tops right out at 70. Yeah, it's supposed to fluctuate between 60 and 70, and that's what the old system did. 1/4 inch steel the tank is, lined with concrete. Apparently at some point in time in the life of this thing, how well can you see that? Probably not that good. Not much light in here that they have the windows kind of boarded up. And it's the end of the day. 1/4 inch steel tank lined with probably a 1/2 inch of concrete. They were in here a good portion of the day beating it out with a hammer, single jack. Yep, they'll be done by tomorrow. They get the rest of this tank cut up, they can get right to cutting first thing. Look, it's still here. It's Tuesday, September 23rd. Oh, but look what's not here. Yep. So here's a quick boiler update for today, for Tuesday. We have the cold water pressure tank's working. Hear it? That whole thing's running the building. It's doing quite well, actually. The boilers are hooked up. They're fired up online. We've got the 2 stainless steel storage tanks, 113 gallons apiece, hooked up, plumbed up, run up. The amount of valves and just isolation, it's awesome. It's awesome. I got that big water tank out of here in about 13 pieces. Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Yes, having 2 boilers are overkill. Likely a single, well, not likely, but a single boiler could have handled the domestic needs of this building. But the theory was that they didn't want a single boiler, and I'm glad that the property owner agreed to doing doubles. In that, if you had a single boiler and a single boiler failed, you'd be kind of stuck. But we have 2, and basically they're going to run half the time. We have a Digispan heat timer that toggles the boilers back and forth, so they go every other heat demand. It toggles it back and forth, so they're really only running half the time, which is pretty cool. And then that way, if one fails, we can pull one out, and there's an expansion tank there. Pull it out of service and not tear the whole building down. So, yep, it's moving right along. They've got about a week off. They're coming back the beginning of next week, and they're going to begin the demolition of this old sucker. I did not get any video. I took a handful of photos of all this work, and you can check it out on my Facebook page. Just click the link in the description. You don't have to be a Facebook subscriber or whatever that is. You don't have to be signed up for Facebook. My page is a community, so anybody can check it out, even if you're not linked into or signed up with Facebook. And you can kind of see the progress. I did not take video because I was elbow deep in a kitchen remodel in an apartment in a different building. So I'd get here in the morning, make sure these guys were going, and then I'd take off and do a day's work, and I'd come here in the afternoon before these guys left to get progress reports, any issues, make sure everything was locked up properly and everything was going smoothly. So the last couple of weeks has been pretty crazy for me. But that's it. That's it for this one. That's it for this one. I'll get you some more video in the next week or so and let you know what's going on. These guys have a lot of money in copper and brass. This is just a fraction of what they had here. Man. All right, gotta run. Gotta go. See ya. Hi, buddy. What are you doing, Newman? Dog. I don't like the piano. You make him scared. Buddy.